Sorry about that, brother. Sorry so much.
It's all
Sorry.
good. It's
Don't
all
even
good.
worry about your intro. Just
So let's talk for a minute, bud. Let's talk about July 6th. You guys came into this game. You knew Peach State was coming in. How did you guys feel emotionally going into this game, bud?
Honestly, man, we had to like control what we needed to control. You know what I mean? So Coach Ma always said it was just like, yo, the game is not about emotion. You feel what I'm saying? It's just about executing and going along the game plan and executing, you know? So we really had to tone our emotions to the side and just do what we know, play ball, you know? So we just had to lock in, just stay mentally focused.
Man, so me, my wife, and my boss for TCG Sports, we were at the game. Yeah, I know you knew we were at that game that night.
Yeah,
We had a lot of fun with that game. It was an absolute blast. The game got real testy in some spots in the game. Several ejections out of that game. How did Coach
yeah.
Rez and Coach Mott keep you guys like emotionally charged for that? How did you guys control that?
Honestly, man, they always told us like, okay, y'all gonna feel how y'all feel, but let us control what's going on. You know, everybody gonna have their ways of reacting to certain things, but we know we had like one goal. We just had to keep our mind. That's it. Keep our mind intact because we know they was going to try to target us by getting into our heads early. You feel me? By doing dirty late calls, late hits type of things. But we just had to just stay mentally locked in, man. That's what really held us together throughout the game.
I saw like, so I got to talk about it because my buddy didn't get a chance to see the scoop and score that you had on the field goal fumble because I had accidentally sent him to go get drinks in the
Yeah.
middle of the
Oh
ordeal.
man.
But
Oh man, that was crazy.
man, it had to be like when you scooped that up and you ran that thing in the end zone. What? How did you feel, bud? Like, how was the emotion there for you?
Yo, I'm like, excuse my language. I'm like, oh snap, like the ball's right there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, y'all gotta get this joint. You feel me? And shout out to my defensive coordinator, Coach Mott. Like, we literally do scoop and score drills every single day since from day one to camp till literally the last week of practice. You know, so his drills really came in handy. And once I saw the ball on the ground, man, I'm just like, yo, it's right here. I
Man,
gotta get it. You gotta
well, you
score.
guys, you guys came out that Saturday like some dogs ready to eat. You guys were
Man,
feeding
it was
all day.
serious. It was real personal. It was real personal.
And so, like, you guys had got into Peach State's head, because they started matching you guys with scores a couple times
Yeah.
within the first quarter, and then after that, it's just like Coach Rez unhooked the leash off you guys and just let you guys just feed the rest of the game. How'd you guys get into Peach State's head at that point?
Man, it's all about physicality. Like, once we really started putting the hitting on them boys a little bit, you know, I think it was rather DT or Javon, one of them. I think they caused a fumble. I think it was DT. Devin Thomas. I think it was, and he caused a fumble. Man, once that quarterback got up, he was like, oh man, that just shifted the whole momentum, you know? So it was just like, yo, we really come here like grown men ready to play football. You know what I mean? So like we really put a beat in them for real. So us being physical really showed a big play in the whole game.
I don't mean to embarrass you here, brother. I really don't. But at the end of the game, I saw you kneeling down on the field and just the tears out of your eyes that game.
Sure.
My jersey, the right side of my jersey was a little soaked with some tears there, but I'm okay with it
Man,
though. You know,
listen, tears of joy, man.
you guys are some seriously God fearing players. And I love
Sure,
the comment that you guys had on your Facebook the day of the game that we fear no man but God.
for sure.
And, you know, being a champion, Tyree, what's next for the great Tyre Williams now? Well, where do you go from here? Like, are you excited about this new league change for you?
Man, listen, I'm blessed, man, and I really feel like God doesn't make mistakes, you know. So for those people that didn't know, I was at the Carolina Cobras camp. I got cut on the last day, so I had a little got my feet wet with the NAL type of play style and everything. So for us to go to that league next year and potentially dominate, and me personally, I feel like we're going to dominate. Just not saying that. I just know for what I've seen and even watching that league. we're not going to fall off at all. So
Yeah.
like just going into that league is going to be what we need to really show who we are.
So I had spoke to Coach Rez at the end of the championship game, and Coach Rez was explaining to me that the season's over. The NAL knows that the minors are coming.
Yeah.
You know, how do you feel going up against some of these bigger teams? Let's say like Omaha, Carolina. You know, teams like
Yeah.
this, especially with Carolina after you got cut on the last day. This is a little personal for you now.
Yeah, for sure. At the end of the day, business is business, you know. So definitely want to showcase what we got going on to everybody. So we're ready. We're definitely
Absolutely.
ready.
So let's talk for a second. Last Saturday, I got a chance to watch two of the Willing Miners players in Duluth Harbor. Uh,
Yeah.
Dante
But
Mason and
Mason,
Jarve
yeah,
Flowers.
Drive, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jarve got himself an interception on the one of the plays in the game that I had watched. You know how does losing two of those good players kind of impact you guys on the defense a little bit?
Well, Jarve Flowers, he plays receiver. He got a receiving touchdown. And Dante Mason, you know, that's defensive player of the year right there. That's the best corner I ever played along with on the field side, truthfully. And he's one of my both of them are two of my good friends outside of football. So even you know, going there and, you know, getting the exposure for their names, they're doing good for themselves. So they're definitely doing what they need to do.
All
But
right, Tyree,
we
I
definitely
gotta
didn't lose
know.
them at all, though. Definitely ain't lose them at all.
Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be hard to lose some good players like that with Dante and Jarve.
Oh no, they coming back. That's yeah, they coming back. We ain't lose nobody.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
we ain't lose
coming
nobody.
back.
Yeah, they coming
Oh,
back. That's
okay.
just a
Well, so
little
we're good then.
yeah,
We're
we
all good.
good. They ain't going nowhere. Yeah, they ain't going
That's
no
awesome. So glad to hear that.
yeah, they
So,
ain't
my
going
man, how's the off season been for you? You know, you getting that workout in, you getting pumped up, getting ready for
Hey
the
man,
NAL.
first week back, man. It's a little tough, but you know, I'm making it do what it do. So I'm just in the mix of, you know, finding like a good recovery spot out here, you know, just for body rehab and everything, such and such. But everything is good though. You know what I mean? But conditioning and getting faster is my main focus. Just so
Outstanding.
season.
You know, Tyree, I gotta say, you know, I watched you guys throughout the season. I didn't get a chance to get to a lot of the games until near the end of the season, but
Yeah.
I watched you guys, you know, just absolutely dominate multiple teams. You know, the only closest games I really think you guys had was really Jersey this year.
Yeah, for sure. For
Uh,
sure.
you know, so going into the NAL for next season, you know, what's the game plan for you guys? Because right now the top dog in the NAL is Omaha.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So if you guys end up having to play Omaha, like what's the look for this one coming up for you guys?
Ain't gonna be no new look. We just gonna keep it how we keep it, you know? Gonna stick to the game plan and execute. Once the coaches draw up, they see what they see, and then we just practice and preparation. We gonna be straight.
You know,
We
you
gonna be
guys are
straight.
absolutely phenomenal, and especially with you know a lot of the games you had. I spoke to Coach Roick from Jersey the day after the day of the playoff
Yeah.
game against Jersey, and he was just you know Jersey hung with you guys, but the Miners and Coach Rez were so resilient. Like,
hmm
how does it feel playing underneath the coach like Coach Rez?
It's just I ain't gonna lie. It's probably one of the best things that ever happened to me in my life. You know what I mean? Like regarding my high school coach as well, Coach Henson, Robert Henson. Shout out to him. He coached at Camden High School. But yeah, man, like this is whole swagger. It's just like, yo, this is the vision that I see. And I mean, it's just up to you guys if y'all want to just do what y'all do and make it happen, you know? And that's what I love. It's just like the pressure, like we built for pressure. So like once it's time, like we just showcase. We just showcase. And then just him being so militant and just calling the shots and we basically, you know, we as hitters out there. He a former Marine, so it's just like yo, he a gangster. So it's just like, yo, I need y'all to just execute, make this play right now. We gonna make that play. Like that is just it's
Yeah,
crazy. This is
I
crazy. It's more of like an energy thing. Like, oh no, it's hard to explain. This
so
is lit.
I know because so the beginning of the game against Peach State, there was some little scuffling going on between the coaches. And
Oh
all I
yeah,
see is Coach Red standing right there in the middle, like, come on, let's go. Fight me,
yeah.
I swear to God.
Let's play. Like it's just like, yo, what we talking for? Like let's just play. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna feel how y'all feel. We just gonna play. You
Oh yeah,
know?
man. I have to give credit to Peach State. They hung with you guys, for a little bit through the first quarter. Quarterback for Peach State, PJ Thomas, wasn't all that bad. You guys got into his head pretty badly, and then Peach State kind of ran that dual quarterback ordeal. Like, how
Yeah.
do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about this dual quarterback thing? Like, there was no chance for this guy.
Um, it's just about the play calling. Coach Mott made some adjustments within the defense. Just to match the play. So once we saw that formation, Coach Mott was like, all right, bet. You're gonna start, rushing three. Then eventually we sent four sometimes. Then we made some adjustments within the linebacker core. So we just play with their mind just a little bit, just to, keep them guessing.
You know, I look at the NAL because we got three new teams that just came into the NAL as well. Corpus Christi, the Tritons, a couple other
Yeah.
teams as well. And the
Columbus.
Miners right now, you guys are undefeated going into the NAL season. How do you keep that momentum going? Is it just what you guys have been doing this whole time?
Yeah, and a lot of film study as well. Some new teams is coming in, so we're gonna have to, do our research on different teams. And you never know. Coaches in different organizations, they might throw in new schemes, so we just gonna have to be prepared for everything.
Yeah, because with the NAL, you guys got that dual rule change, two wide receivers in motion now.
Yeah,
So with you guys now being undefeated, the Miners had one of the greatest seasons I think that Wheeling fans could absolutely be proud of right now. You
yeah,
know, you guys are going into the NAL next year. You got Omaha Beefs, Mr. Big Ten quarterback Tommy Armstrong sitting on that quarterback side for them. How do you stop somebody like that? Because I mean, 8 games last year, 19 touchdown passes and 20 rushing TDs. That's a dangerous man on the field. But I feel like Grant Russell played like an NFL pro in that championship game.
don't get me started on G Money, man. Hey, he got the answers for you, man. I'm telling you, you got it up for you. You get it there, man. For
Man,
real.
I tell you what, Grant looked absolutely phenomenal that game. Like, he just looked like he was just lighting up the defense. He was like a Peyton Manning and a Tom Brady all mixed in one.
Different type of beast, and he'll run you over if he needs you.
Yeah, that's a
He'll
big body
definitely lower
quarterback
that
right there.
shoulder. He'll definitely lower that. We be having to tell him like, yo, chill, G. We got chill just a little bit, G. Chill.
All right, so Tyree, have you got your cheat meals lately? Have you got you some McDoubles with some mac sauce on it?
Come on, man. With the lettuce, no onions or pickles, man. McDoubles, man. Come on. At least three of them with a large fry.
Oh, you got three of them now.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Got to pack the calories on, but it's cool. I'm about to get back on the diet real soon. It's cool.
All right, man. Tyree, look, buddy, you guys this year have been absolutely phenomenal. The playoff game against Jersey, then Peach State rolled into town, and then you guys just unleashed the dogfight on those cats and ran them right out of Wheeling. When that final seconds ticked off the clock in the fourth quarter, what went through your head? Like, how were you feeling, bud?
Man, I just gave all glory to God as soon as that moment hit. Like I know in literally the last day of practice, I looked up at the banner section, and towards the end of the field, once practice was over, and I just was getting emotional. You know what I mean? So I shed some tears that day. And then once the final moments came, man, in the chip game, I was just like, everything we worked for, like, it paid off. You know what I mean? No matter what's going on, no matter the level, no matter the league, we're going to have that same grit, you know what I mean? That same fight. We're going to have that same approach going into that next league. So the end of the day, they're gonna have something come for them. They're gonna know.
I think all of us Willing Miner fans, especially, with us here at TCG Sports, things like that, we're really excited to see you guys come up. We're really excited to see you guys come up next year going into the NAL. We're going to definitely be there at training camp with you guys this year coming up in February next year. So we're
Sure.
excited to see you guys meet up with some of these players. we got Coach Rez coming in on Thursday for the podcast. We got Pete coming
Yes,
in
sir.
Thursday for the podcast as well.
Okay. Okay.
We got a
Yeah.
pretty busy week this week. We're real excited because we also got Jeff Blumenauer tomorrow night as
Okay.
well.
That's my guy. That's
Yeah,
my guy.
Jeff is amazing. His baby girl got a chance to come home from Morgantown, so I was real happy to
Yeah.
hear about
That's
that.
a blessing. Yeah. That's a blessing.
So Tyree, let's talk for a second, man. How do you know? Was this where you guys? Was this where you thought you would be at this year? Was this what you were expecting to see?
Me personally, yes. I'm not even gonna lie, man. It's just like me. I put in like so much work to get to this point, like getting that call from Coach Rez, and then just like coming into training camp and seeing the competition that's ahead of me. It's just like, okay, this is real. I mean, it's time to go. It's time to put everything together and being coachable at that, and just have like a brotherhood and teammates just to be like relatable in so many aspects. And then once that grind is just put into one, it's damn near unstoppable. It's damn near unstoppable.
So you guys picked up Pete Safrides from Jersey this year. You got Dante Mason from the Steel City Stampede. You
Yeah,
know, this team throughout the year. How have you seen this team just grow more and more throughout the season?
it's just like accepting everybody in, welcoming, our new teammates in open arms. Me and Pete, he played on the same 707 team in high school coming up with one of my cousins, from back around this way. And me and Dante, we went to the same college, and including Jarve Flowers. So, like, we always had a tight bond. So, once I'm started coming into the arena game, because they experienced, this is my first year.
Really?
Yeah, this is my first year. So coming into the game, it's just like, yo, like, I play against these guys, they some dogs. But me knowing that, I've been through that. But for them to showcase to the world, to the nation, like, yo, like, we here. So for them to come over and we just accept them and have a Coach Rez just have a game plan for them and they just execute it. It's kind of like a cheat code, It's kind of like a cheat code.
It's got the
I
up,
see.
up, down, down, left, right.
Yeah, left trigger, right trigger. Yeah, it's for real, for real.
I remember, I got something funny I got to tell you. I remember being at the Jersey Bearcats game and for the playoff
Which
this
one?
year.
Which game? The
It's the
playoffs
playoff game
or the
this
first?
year.
Okay.
And me and my wife, we were sitting right there in the front row, right there at the barrier when Pete caught that pass and landed over the barrier.
Word.
That was me and my wife that he landed right in front of.
He went up to go get that thing, didn't he?
Well, see,
Hey,
like
that boy a dog.
I told Pete at the end of the championship game, I was like, that was me and my wife that you landed in front of. He goes, was that your hands that was trying to catch the ball too? And I was like, yeah, I was
You
trying
gotta
to catch it
catch
for
it.
you.
Oh man, that's crazy. You trying to get you one, man.
And so I went to try to catch it, and then all of a sudden, here comes Pete's hands out of nowhere, and I was like, this motherfucker just caught the ball.
Had to make that play. That was a great play to be made, man. That was a great play to be made. You had to.
And it was, I have to say, you guys had a phenomenal season this year. We're looking at possibly closer games this year coming into the NAL.
Yeah, for sure. We gonna compete for sure. For sure.
Omaha's got the Slaughterhouse, Wheeling's got the Miners right now. You guys are
Yeah.
looking absolutely phenomenal. With this whole thing coming up for you guys this year, how does Coach Rez get you guys prepared?
Um, checks in on us, make sure we do what we need to do or do what we have to do, you know what I mean? So actually gotta get back into that regimen, just training. So once it's time to come back for training camp, then he gonna see like, okay, I see who been working, I see who not been working. So it's gonna be some new faces coming in to compete, you know what I mean? So you never know with Coach Rez. He always got a plan. He always got a plan.
Yeah, I spoke to one of the Peach State wide receivers at the end of the championship game, and he's hoping to be showing up to the Wheeling Miners for training camp in February next year. So
Hey,
It's going to be kind of interesting to see. And Tyree, man, I got to tell you, buddy, I'm so proud of you guys, especially you being the first year champion. What went through your mind? What's going through your mind right now? Was the adrenaline still there for you?
It's still pumping. I'm not even gonna lie, man. It's still pumping. Like I only played 1 year in high school, which was my senior year, and I won a state championship that year too. So like just having like that, it's just like that first year type of thing. Like this is my first pro year in the arena, as a defensive back. And I worked from the good, bad, and the ugly just to reach to that top. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's my hard work paying off, man. I just gotta just go harder. Not just time to take it up a notch. That's what it is. I just gotta take it up a notch now.
I didn't get a chance to catch up with one of your one of your defensive counterparts the other day when we were up in the Highlands and here in West Virginia. When you guys were up there signing autographs with the whole event going up there, Big Sean McGee, the
Yeah,
Georgia Bulldog.
yeah,
And
my God.
I was a little scared that day because I'm not going to lie. I had my Alabama hat on. I was a Roll Tide fan. I'm an
Nah,
Alabama
man.
fan. And I was talking to one of your equipment managers, Deshaun, that day, and
Okay.
he's like, "Have you got an Alabama hat on?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Have you spoke to Sean McGee yet?" And I was like, "You talking about Mr. Georgia Bulldog?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Fuck no, I'm scared too."
Nah, Sean's a great guy. His name Ocho. We call him Ocho.
Ocho.
Yeah, we call him Ocho. Yeah. So
So,
yeah, bro, a great guy. He
Tyree,
cool.
how's the off season looking for you right now, bud? You getting back in that shape again, getting ready for February?
Oh man, listen, I gotta start conditioning like Thursday. So like
Really?
I'm telling you, man. So that them 300s, they gonna cut it. Some 300s on 110s. Little slight stuff. I'm gonna have to add the gases into next week because I ain't been stretching that good. I gotta lock in with the stretching again. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I got
We need
back
some
in.
touchdowns, bro. We need some more
Hey,
interceptions this year. I
hey,
was watching it.
we gonna get it. We gonna get it. I'm definitely get back in shape. Get back in shape. I feel like I'm still in shape. I just gotta start stretching more. That's all. I
Oh,
just been eating too much homemade good food. That's it.
yeah, we were
For
talking.
real.
I was talking to Pete about that too. Pete was. I was asking him. I was like, Pete, what's your favorite cheat meal? And he goes, anything my grandmother cooks. Anything my grandmother cooks. I was like,
Man,
all right, I got
I'm
you. I like
telling
that
you,
idea.
man. I'm telling you, it's so good food. So much good food.
And
But it's,
I tell you what, the West Banco crowd for the playoff game against Jersey, the playoff game against Peach State, that West Banco crowd is insane.
that was crazy. I swear, it still be times like the crowd reaction just be popping up in my head, like the random screams. Like it's really crazy. I never thought I experienced something like that. It was crazy.
Man, that
Shout out,
crowd,
shout out to the bank for that too. They really showed out in the playoffs, low key, in the championship. I ain't gonna lie,
like,
they
dude,
showed
look, if you get a chance to this year, because the Wheeling Nailers are going to be coming in town here real soon for their season coming up here soon.
out. Oh
Man,
yeah.
you got to get yourself to a hockey game this year. You got to hear that crowd during those hockey games.
Man, I've been to one when they played a team in Toledo, I believe.
Yeah,
They
the
played a
Toledo
playoff
Wildcats.
game. Yeah, yeah. I went to one. I think they lost like 7-3 though. But yeah, I went to one. That was cool. It was pretty cool. I feel like I went at the wrong night though, because it was towards the end of the playoff. I
Yeah,
got catch up. Yeah.
it's just like for the Miners, that West Banco crowd, you can't hear shit. You can't
Yo.
hear nothing. Like I tell you what,
Yeah.
because the day the Jersey Bearcats came into town for the playoff game this year, my buddy was texting me, and I think he called me once, and I ignored his phone call because I told people I was like, if you got a phone call, you better not answer it because you're not hearing shit.
Yeah.
You're not hearing shit
It
at
was
all.
going crazy like that. Oh my goodness. That game was crazy. That game
Man,
was
that
crazy.
was insane.
Game was crazy. Like my man's Dante with the pick six towards the end, it was just crazy. Put the nail in the coffin with that pick six. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal to see you guys pull that game out. It was amazing to see Peach State. You guys just steamrolled them, going from the start of the game to the end. There was just no stop. There was the dogfight was on for you guys.
And we was
I
ready.
spoke to Coach Rez up in the Highlands, and I asked him, I said, so, Coach, are we looking at a close game or are we looking at a blowout for the championship? He goes, after the game we just had, I want a blowout.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know, I loved seeing you guys in that game. I absolutely did. You know, you guys controlled the emotion. There were several ejections from Peach State. There was one coming from the Miners. And, you know, just the emotion and the fights constantly, you know, in that game. How did Coach Rez be like, hey, you know, stop. You know, we got to focus on what we're doing.
Not literally, because he knows like the refs.
One of the things that we saw during the game with the with one of the fights was when Jeremiah Flores got body slammed onto the field. And that was one of the nastiest fights I saw.
That was cheap. Because it took a lot out of us to just remain on the sideline after seeing that, you know, like we just know it was cheap. And at that point, we was like, okay, we gotta just continue to beat on them. I mean, we just got to continue to get them out of there. So we really had to control our emotions after that one. We really wasn't feeling that. We still talk about that, like, yo, what? It's just like it's just that feeling like, yo, like you know, you try to get away with something. Just know, like the refs not really going to do anything. So we just got to hold each other accountable to stay where we got to stay at. It was crazy, man. That bothered me a lot. I ain't gonna lie. So we just roll it.
Let's talk about one of your players, one of the guys that you got on the team this year, or this during the season this year. One of the oldest professional players in the world right now, RC Everbeck. Had a scary injury at the end of the game that night. You know, have you talked to him? Have you checked in on him? How's he doing?
He's holding up pretty well. He's holding up pretty well. You know, ice and rehab. So he's just doing what he need to do to get back right. So you know, we got everyday lives, so we got to walk around. So we got to make sure it's right before anything.
All right. Well, Tyre, look, man, it's been an absolute phenomenal blast having you here. I want to say congratulations, first year AAL2 champion, bud. I want some more, man. I want some more of that Tyre Williams dog fight for next year.
We're gonna work.
TCG, my man. This has been one of the most phenomenal people I got a chance to talk with, including with Pete, RC, you know, especially Coach Rez. These guys are absolute God-fearing people. They fear no man but God. But NAL, get ready, because the Miners are coming next year, and they're ready to dominate. It's on. So TCG, I want to send it out to my man Tyre Williams, buddy. I appreciate you joining me today. It's been a phenomenal time with you, bud. I actually had a blast.
Appreciate you, man. Go Miners, man.
Go Miners. TCG. I'll see you later. Let's go Miners.